I thought it's some kids CGI cartoon film, but when I read the premise, I actually wanted it to be good so bad. For the most part, this is a murder mystery film. It's not for the littlest kids, but it doesn't have too much of an edge for adults either. There are childish jokes, but with setups which do not spell out the punchline. In this universe, Sheep can choose to forget bad things, except one, who carries all the NCFL knowledge and doesn't spread it to not ruin everyone's day. And that's related to other main ingredient of the story. While it is a detective story with a separate subplot of memory censorship, it relies a bit too much on Mach feels, like, I looked her in the eyes. Oh yeah, you know who also looked someone in the eyes?
I looked the man in the eye. I found it to be very straightforward and trustworthy.
Hips don't lie. Eyes never tell the truth, especially eyes of sociopaths. Watch serial killer interviews. Most of them are just happy. There's also force ghosts as a main plot point on top of it. The ending is alright, it's not too predictable and is not obfuscated by some fakery. The animation is solid, even with the ship design starting on their way to Mowgli, and using the human actors as inspiration. Well, you really cannot replicate a talking dog film by using CGI. The genre is not in the talking, it's in the dog, but in the dry residue, it's an alright watch, captivating enough. And then there's the second major component of the film. It's not a modern film for snowflake indigo babies of spectral zoomers. It's way too dark, just like older western kids media, but not comparable to us watching Robocop and Critters with the whole family before we even enrolled into school. Who is this for? For older European kids? But then again, USA spreads its societal degradation tentacles through the internet. So who knows if even western European kids are mature enough to accept adult stories. And for adults, well, it's an FNCGI talking ship semi-cartoon. It's too dark for western kids, not complex enough to be an adult murder mystery, and many normie adults will reject the form of a ship comedy to begin with. And the film doesn't actually treat the matter in a natural manner. They explain death and spell everything out as if we are talking to a humanoid robot programmed to be like a mentally deficient child. Doesn't have autonomy, yet accepts direct programming in simple algorithms. This is the world we are living in. Spelling out to over autonomous people who are not you how they need to feel to be socially accepted. This is where the USA tries to drag the world to. And like they didn't learn their own lessons. First we cut off both of children's media up to erasing cats' bumholes. Then they are unable to convince adults that political murders is not a joke. It's a pendulum that always swings both ways. And then they repeat the cycle. Declining the children's media more, creating artificial autism-like simulacrum to install into otherwise biologically healthy humans. Even my generation, who lived on the same planet as us, tells the younger generation that having a kid's cartoon with a death in it is not child safe. Minor celebs point at the children's media of their youth and publicly declare that it's not safe for children. Even Bambi is now off limits. I even hated Sesame Street as a kid. We were watching Predator 2 instead. And yet, it is sanitized zoomers who participate in alt-right turn from both sides. While only we actually denounce the wars, murder, assault, dictatorship, and real-life violence. And this film doesn't have death in it. The death is not a normal thing. The story focuses on death. It talks down about death and explains it. The sheeple metaphor could easily work with political events, especially with how we are living through the sheeple intentionally choosing to ignore the cruelty of the world. One thing is teaching how to be a human to an animal. The other thing is trying to teach how to first become an animal to a vegetable. So, the first half of this film is way stronger than where it goes after. The ending is satisfying enough. I will not talk down to you how to feel about the information just presented.